and I feel like I'm feeling like
I just feel like because I feel like
Well, I just feel like, and I feel like I'm feeling like,
I feel now that's what I just feel right now.
sometimes I feel like 100%, sometimes I feel like 50%. Right now it's 75.
What if I told you the word feel is the whole video? 100 women gave 100 numbers, but listen to how almost every single one of them got there. Not I am, not I look, I feel. Here's where this is coming from.
Today, I'm going to be asking 100 girls one question.
From 1 to 100, what would you rate yourself?
I would say
Here are the 3 rules.
First, you'll give yourself a rating with 100 being the most attractive. Then I'll take a Polaroid of you and place it on a board that is numbered 1 to 100, putting you at the number that you chose. But here's a catch. If your number is already taken, you must compare yourself to the people on the board and pick a new number that still makes the most sense to you. The goal? To have 100 girls accurately ranked in order of attractiveness. Hopefully.
Shout out to Psycho. Credit where it's due. This entire social experiment comes from a creator named Psycho, and it's genuinely one of the smartest formats we've seen in a while. Full videos linked in the description. Go watch it. He leaves the interpretation open. We're not. We're going straight into the psychology and the sociology underneath every single number on this board.
On a scale from 1 to 100, what number would you rate yourself?
a solid.
Remember her face, gentlemen. You'll understand why by the end. Yes, yes. Let's go.
Ain't that a man?
So I'd say like right now, 75.
Okay, 70.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll go 70.
You go 70?
I'll go a little more confident.
75?
75.
70. I grew up in the Philippines and I'm very mid there.
I'm gonna go with 71.
Like a 70?
I guess I'll
70. I'd say I am physically attractive, but
a 75 right now.
77.
If you take a 78, that means you think
73. I kind of like my outfit today.
Same number over and over. Watch how many times it repeats. We went back and counted. Out of the first 25 women on this board, 10 of them landed somewhere in the 70s. 4 women picked exactly 70. 3 picked exactly 75. Out of 100 possible numbers, 40% of an entire quarter of this board crammed itself into one 10-point band, and the 60s aren't far behind. That's not random. If these ratings were actually spread out based on real individual self-assessment, you wouldn't see this kind of pileup. You'd see something closer to a bell curve across the whole scale. Instead, you get a wall. Don't just take our word for it. Even the host notices.
So we are 24 people in, and if you look at the board, you may notice a bit of a problem. The 60s to 70 ranges are starting to fill up. Now, this is unfair because someone who is more deserving of a 60 or 70 is now forced to go too high or too low. So here's the twist. From now on, each person will have the option to move down one person in order to hopefully make the board make more sense.
24 people in, and the man running the experiment has to stop and change the rules because the exact band we just showed you is already overcrowded. We didn't cherry pick this. He built an entire new mechanic around it in real time. A few of them even said it outright.
70? I feel like it's a decent middle ground. It's like not like awful, not the best.
72. I feel like that's a good middle ground.
Let's see.
74. 50 to me is like I feel neutral about myself. 100 I feel amazing. I feel like I'm in between that neutral and amazing.
Middle ground, in between. Not confident, not humble, just safe. And here's the thing about safe. It only works if everyone else is doing it too. The second the board fills up, the safe number becomes the crowded number, and the crowded number stops meaning anything at all. That's not self-assessment. That's herd behavior wearing a number.
How attractive I can be, I can definitely hit like a 90, 95. But I don't feel comfortable being a 95. People stare at me in public. So I'd say like right now, 75.
Remember her? Second woman on the entire board, and she's already telling you something important. She believes she could rate herself a 95, and she's choosing not to because a high number comes with a cost she'd rather not pay. Visibility, attention, being looked at.
I'm feeling like 100 today.
100. What makes you feel like in 100?
I just feel good about myself, and I feel like that shines through.
100.
100?
Yeah.
What is the reason for 100?
Because why not?
I like the way I look.
On a scale from 1 to 100, what would you rate yourself?
Well, I'll say 100.
100.
100. Why 100?
Because I feel good. I feel like I don't have any complaints about myself, so why not 100?
I have great energy today, so let's go for 100.
What is your best physical feature?
My energy and my smile, probably. That attracts people and animals.
People and animals.
100.
Why 100?
Because I'm sexy as you gotta be confident in this world, you know?
I would rate myself 100.
Why 100?
I feel now I'm in the best shape, I would say, and I'm just mostly confident.
Now here's the flip side. 7 women on this entire board walked straight to the top and planted a flag.
I think I'm the best because I'm me. But also, not necessarily in a physical sense, just in every sense.
Risotto! Listen to that. She isn't even claiming to be the most physically attractive person here. She's claiming to be the best, period, in every sense. And the number 100 is just the vehicle for that feeling. That's the takeaway. It's not a claim about appearance. It's a claim about confidence, dressed up as a number that's supposed to mean something objective. 6 more women landed in the 90s with the exact same reasoning.
A 93.
Why 93?
I've been working out a lot and I recently have been getting a lot of compliments that I've lost the weight.
99. That's my humble answer.
That's your humble answer. Okay. What would you change about yourself to get you to that 100?
Nothing. I just don't think it's healthy to be perfect.
So you like being 99?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 99 because there's always room for improvement.
Why 99?
I think I've got it all, but like I said, you can never get too comfortable.
95.
Why 95?
I love myself and I think I take care of myself and I present myself properly.
What?
93. I think that there are different standards of beauty to everybody, but from what I find attractive, I think I'm up there.
90?
90.
I think physical attraction's also based on energy and confidence, so I'd say I'm not perfect, but pretty up there for myself.
Feeling good, confidence. Not one of them points to a mirror. Now hold that image in your head because we're about to show you the exact opposite end of this board, and the contrast is the whole point.
A 40.
What is your least attractive feature?
Sometimes I don't like how big my legs are. I like that my legs are big, but maybe too big sometimes. Today I think I like my outfit, so I feel cuter, and it's a clean hair day. I think today I'm a 40. 49?
If you had to pick one thing to make you more physically attractive, what would you change?
Maybe my diet.
42?
There's so many that are taken. Okay, people think they're really hot.
Yes.
Oh, so no one's up here. All these people think they're hot as shit, eh?
Do you feel like anyone has rated themselves a little too high?
Yes. I'm not gonna say who. Now, considering what I rated myself and then looking at other women, I would probably rate myself a bit higher.
And now, put that next to this. Real published research on physical attractiveness self-assessment found a striking pattern, sometimes called a Dunning-Kruger style effect for looks. Unattractive people tend to overestimate their own attractiveness. Attractive people, on the other hand, tend to rate themselves far more accurately, sometimes even underestimating how attractive they actually are to others. Watch these two groups side to side. Confidence doesn't require accuracy to feel real. It just requires the feeling.
And before I knew it, I was at 99 girls with 1 more to go.
What would you rate yourself?
I'm a bit more humble. I'd say 70.
That's more humble.
You are very special because you just so happen to be the last person I'm asking. Since you are the last person, instead of forcing you to take 5, you can take any number on this board.
Okay.
It just means that you will swap that person at 5. So you will take their number and they will go to 5.
Okay, I'll take the 100 then. Since I'm your 100, I'll take it.
Very confident answer, great.
And here's the perfect closing example. Last woman on the entire board. Every single number was open to her. She could have taken any spot she wanted, gone anywhere on the scale with 0 resistance. She took the top, not because 100 strangers voted her there, not because anyone else on this board agreed, because she felt like it on her terms with nobody left to argue. That's the whole video in one moment. Confidence feels incredible. It is also provably not the same thing as accuracy. And we already showed you the research proving that gap exists at scale, not just in one clip.
what is something you would change about yourself to take you to that 100?
Maybe put on some mascara, some more makeup, do my hair a little bit.
I feel cute. I have makeup on. I did my hair.
My nails are done. My lashes are done. I think it's a safe answer to go 65.
Notice what these women are actually describing. Not a different face, not a different bone structure. Mascara, nails, hair, every single one of them reaches for something temporary and physical, right in the same breath as their number. Here's where the science actually catches up to what you just watched. Real, peer-reviewed research has found that wearing makeup produces a measurable boost in self-reported confidence. And here's the part that matters. Even when the change is subtle enough that nobody around her would consciously notice. Here's what that means. This effect shows up even with changes other people wouldn't register, which means it's not fully about other people treating her differently. It's that she sees herself differently first. The face underneath never changed. The number in her head did.
But it changes every day. It just depends. As a woman, you go through like every phase. Like
So you feel the worst during your luteal phase? Or
yeah, actually right.
Your luteal.
And menstruation. Yeah.
And you feel your best towards ovulation.
Ovulation and
Follicular.
Follicular. You know a lot. Good for you.
What can I say? I like to study women.
This is pure gold! Yes, you gotta study the woman, but be careful because the more you know, the harder it becomes to love them. Her number isn't fixed. It moves with her cycle and she knows exactly which phase does what to it.
Ovulation and
follicular.
Follicular.
And there's a second lever doing the exact same thing, just biological instead of cosmetic. A large, carefully controlled study followed hundreds of women for over 2 months and found something remarkable. Women reported feeling significantly more attractive and more desirable during their fertile window, and that effect completely disappeared in women on hormonal birth control who don't ovulate at all. Same face, same bone structure. The only thing that moved was a hormone, and the self-rating moved right along with it. Makeup and biology. 2 completely different mechanisms, same result. The number was never really tracking what she looked like. It was tracking how she felt in that exact moment. And that number was always going to move because feelings move and faces mostly don't.
75?
75 is indeed taken.
So I'd say like right now, 75.
Only 3 women after we first met her, someone else reaches for that exact same number, 75. It's gone. And listen to what she does next.
So looking at the remaining spots, which number do you feel like makes the most sense to you?
I'm gonna say 77.
So you're gonna go 2 above 75.
I'm gonna say 77.
You're gonna stick with 77?
Yeah.
She doesn't just take the next available slot. She specifically places herself above the woman who got there first because in her own assessment, she looks better. That's sexual market value live on camera, not a theory, not something bitter men invented online. Women ranking women in real time. And we haven't even gotten to the male perspective yet. That's the whole market captured in 20 seconds. 2 women never speaking to each other, never comparing notes. One deliberately underselling herself to avoid attention. The other deliberately outranking a stranger she's never met based on nothing but a glance. Same board, same 10 minutes. 2 completely different strategies for handling the exact same pressure.
So in case you haven't noticed, some people feel bad moving other people down.
That's hardcore.
I don't know if I would move anyone.
I would not want to comment on that.
This is totally fair. So here are the new rules. Instead of moving someone down, everyone now has the option to swap 2 people. 2 people they feel like should switch numbers in order to make the board make more sense.
Now watch what happens the moment 2 women's numbers collide directly. This is the real tell, because up until now, everyone's just been rating themselves. The second the board forces a direct comparison, the second one woman has to look at another woman and decide who goes where, you start seeing something closer to actual personality instead of just a number.
87 and 59.
87 and 59. So you would swap 62 with 80?
She just looks very happy in her photo.
These 2.
40 and 93.
Yeah.
Let's do 15 and 62.
Some women immediately step down without being asked. Some hold their ground, even when it clearly costs them a little goodwill. And notice, the ones who stay humble about it tend to read as more likable in the moment.
50? Feel good. I look good, but like I don't think I'm like super conventionally attractive.
The ones who plant a flag and refuse to budge, even when the room clearly disagrees, read the opposite way.
Well, I'll say 100. I think I'm the best because I'm me, but also not necessarily in a physical sense, just in every sense.
That's not us saying it. That's just what happens on screen. The second self-assessment turns into a negotiation with someone else's self-assessment standing right next to it. That's a market. 100 individual, private self-evaluations suddenly forced into public competition with each other. And everyone reacts to that pressure a little differently.
On a scale from 1 to 100, what number would you rate yourself?
A solid 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
100 is the most.
Oh yeah.
And why would you give yourself a 4?
I mean, everything's attached, everything's where it should be, but like, there's obvious, like, I got issues. So physically, someone's gonna look at me and be like, she doesn't have it all together.
And then there's her. She gave herself a 4. Out of everyone on this board, out of 100 separate self-assessments, this is the one number the group could not leave alone.
This is really sad.
What number would you give her?
100.
Is there anyone who you feel like should be bumped up?
100%. I feel like 4 is so low.
If you had to pick a number to bump her up, where would you put 4?
I would put her at 81, like with me.
I'd rather like take her and bring her maybe to like at least 83.
So you would bring 4 to 83.
Yeah.
I would take the person who intentionally put herself there and put her here.
Oh, I love person number 100. Shout out to them.
One that catches your eye.
I guess maybe on 100.
Watch how many separate women independently, without coordinating with each other, decided that number was wrong and needed fixing. Not once, multiple times. By the end of the video, she's sitting at 100, the very top of the entire board.
You are very special because you just so happen to be the last person I'm asking.
Remember the final woman from earlier? The one who had every number open to her and took the top spot anyway, with nobody left to argue? Here's what we didn't tell you yet. The spot she took was occupied. That's her. The woman who spent this whole video getting boosted, defended, and rescued by a room full of strangers, quietly bumped down to a 5, one single spot above the number she gave herself at the very beginning. The group spent the entire episode fighting the board's own math. The board won anyway. Here's what that board doesn't want you to notice. The whole episode, whenever 100 belonged to her, nobody touched it. Women who could have claimed the top spot went around her instead, settled just below, or picked a completely different target in the 80s and 90s to swap. Turn after turn, same unwritten rule. Don't be the one who takes it from her. Then the rule breaks. Once, on the only turn in the entire video where nobody's left to answer to. No more turns after this. No more room full of strangers watching what she does next.
So you would take their number and they would go to 5.
Okay, I'll take the 100 then. Since I'm your 100, I'll take it.
We're not calling that proof. It's one moment. But ask yourself the question anyway. Was the group protecting her the whole time because they meant it, or because there were still eyes on them if they didn't? The second the eyes left the room, so did the protection.
Once body positivity went mainstream, it became something that was hard to take seriously, I think, if you were looking carefully at it. But it was popular because women want to feel better. I don't want to ignore the fact that a lot of girls and a lot of women are feeling really bad about their bodies, about their appearance every day, almost all the time. And that is a real psychological hit. But we were never going to fix that by memes, right? We weren't going to fix that by showing, a beautiful skinny white woman with like a tiny bit of a stomach, like just a tiny bit, right? And she's pinching it and she's saying all bodies are beautiful. Like, I think we knew in some level that was never real.
We already showed you the psychologist who studies exactly this. Listen to what she just said. Body positivity went mainstream and became hard to take seriously, not because the pain wasn't real, but because pinching a tiny bit of stomach and calling it all bodies are beautiful never touched the actual thing that mattered. The levers of power never moved. She's not talking about this board. She didn't need to be. 100 strangers spent an entire episode doing the exact version of what she's describing. A gesture that felt like support and touched nothing real underneath it. Watch what happens the one time it actually mattered. The gesture disappears. Look at that final board. Every single one of these women could tell you with total precision their best feature and their worst one. Eyes, waist, thighs, knees, feet. They know their bodies down to the detail. This was never a knowledge problem. These women are not confused about what they look like. The number was never about knowledge. It was about permission. Permission to feel a certain way about themselves on a given day, in a given moment, under a given amount of makeup, at a given point in a cycle they can't control. And the last woman on this board proves it better than anyone. She had the entire board to choose from. Every number wide open, hers for the taking. No pressure, no comparison forced on her. And she took the top spot anyway. That's not a board about 100 women's faces. That's a snapshot of everything this channel has been building toward for years. Feminism's promise of having it all. Me Too's culture of fear without a framework. Body positivity's slow collapse under its own weight. A loneliness epidemic nobody asked for and everybody's living through anyway. 100 strangers in a park just handed you the whole thesis, one number at a time, and never once knew they were doing it. Listen to all, follow none.
Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.